Back in the test room with Joe. Sometimes you just have to test things out, and that's what we're doing. Okay, I didn't fill it all the way up. I got kind of gun shy about getting any more than that. Okay, I'm hoping this is going to work better than the orange oil, let's say. Okay, I've got that one test going right there. I'm going to make another one. Let's just call it right over here, and this will be my test, and see if this works. I can saturate the floor in little square blocks and just concentrate on one big square, like maybe 4 squares at a time, or just 2 squares at a time. Now this, it says to wait about 15 minutes as well, but I'm just going to try it. Remember how it said it was going to break up the oil, the little atoms in there and stuff? See, that's coming off too. See there? That's coming off. But I'm going to let it sit on here for 10-15 minutes or so, and then I'm going to be back and we're going to try out both test areas, that one there and that one there. I'm going to be curious because, you know, here's the thing. You might think, wow, that's going to be a lot of work to get all that stuff off the floor, Joe. Why not just use that underlayment material that you're using, that you were saying that you could use? Well, yeah, but I'm a little apprehensive about that, especially if I can get this to work, because I'm not 100% sure whether or not that stuff's going to stick really super well to this black tar substance. And I think it will anyways, because the black tar was installed with a trowel, and you can see all the lines of the trowel lines, and that will help the material, the underlayment material, to stick to the floor. But even doing that, that's going to be a lot of work. Putting the underlayment on, because I'd have to install masking tape all the way around the baseboard, because I don't want to get it on the baseboard. There's no lip there because that's went right down to the floor. Okay, usually if this was just carpet, the baseboard would be installed about 3/8 to 1/2 inch above the existing floor line. Well, here it goes all the way down. So for me to put that stuff on, I'd have to put masking tape on there first to be careful of that, because if I get it on there, then I've got another process to clean all that off, that concrete stuff, you know, and then I might affect the floor again. Then when I seal the floor, I'll have to put more masking tape. Either way, when I get ready to seal the floor, I'll have to put masking tape up there and plastic up the wall, 16-18 inches. So I still have to put masking tape, but at least I only have to put one layer of masking tape one time. And to put the underlayment on, you know, that's going to take a while in itself. That could take 4 or 5 days, plus all the material. That one bag of material over here, this stuff here was like $23 for a bag, and I got 4 bags at the store, so $100. And I might, you know, 4 bags might not be enough, because I got the closet, this room here to do, the hallway to do, and then there's also a main floor in the front room to do. So see, this room is pretty big too. Okay, so can you imagine mixing that up by hand each go with this material, floating it on the floor? And then I'd probably have to put 2 coats, because when you put that on, it's going to be difficult to put a thin layer on there by hand. You're not a trained professional, and I've done it before in a room before, and then I epoxy painted the floor. It came out looking really nice too. I used feather edge material, but I had to put 2 coats to get it, you know, put the first coat on as smooth as I could. Then you could see any imperfections. You could put a second coat and cover that. Okay, so that whole process could take 4 or 5 days, maybe longer, and then at that point I've got fresh concrete look. When I stain the floor, I'm not going to pick up any of the imperfections. And see, what I was planning on doing at that point was I could take some crayons. What happened to those crayons, by the way? Well, they were just some crayons, some Crayola crayons. And I was going to take those and maybe mark up the floor in different areas. You know, a little yellow here and a little black here, and some mixtures of different things. And maybe put some swatches of color on the floor and kind of blend that in. There's lots of stuff I would have to do if I can't get this floor material off. And so see, even if it would take me 3 or 4 days for all of these floors to get it off with this cleaner, that would be my best bet, because then I'll have all kinds of coloring on the concrete floor from years ago. I would never have to worry about whether or not the material is going to stick, whether or not that feather edge material is going to stick to this tar. Never going to have to worry about if it's going to crack later on, if it's going to show moisture marks later on, or if it's going to stain up properly, if it's going to seal properly, if it's going to last more than 1 or 2 years with hard, heavy traffic, because it's not supposed to be used for a surface material. I think it will work for that, and I doubt anybody's ever tried it, and I was hoping to do it on this project, but you know what? I might not be able to use it.